Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and today we're going to be doing the test hands for my Cyberdark, and Dragon build. So, I promised some genuine hands, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to shuffle it out, and we're going to see what we get, and I don't know. Let's go second first, and then we'll go first second, because I don't think I ever do anything normal. It just is what it is. I do have my my extra deck here off to the side real quick. But we're going to go ahead and, you know what, I should probably chunk that out. We're going to go ahead and do the go second hand first. Just because that'll give us the additional cards. So we're going to go 5 cards plus our draw. And let's see what we get. And then after we do the 2 test hands, we'll just talk over some of the basic strategy. And then, like usual, I'll thank you guys for stopping by, because it's amazing that you chose to do that again. So real quick, we're going to get the machine dupe. I love seeing that. We're going to get a Cyber Dragon. That's cool. We're going to get infinite impermanence. So I guess having this as a go second hand, this is a great card to see. Because this means that we could have messed up something that our opponent wanted to do. We do have Cyber Emergency, which means I do have the ability to go full machine dupe, and I guess I have Power Bond, so I don't need to worry about getting Chimera. So that's actually kind of good. I kind of wish this was something else, only because if this is also a Cyber Dragon, the machine dupe is dead, and it is not. It is going to be Cyberdark Invasion. So just real quick, let's lay the hand down. First move is first. We should always try to search. Again, this deck is kind of vulnerable, being the $30 budget build. One thing that's gonna mess us up real quick. If your opponent has Crossout Designator and you're playing against a mirror match, they can always send their own Cyber Emergency, because whatever, they already had their turn to set up. Or Ash Blossom. Unfortunate, but it is true. So we're gonna go ahead. We're rip into the Cyber Emergency. I'm feeling Cyber Dragon Core. So let's see where he's at. Let's go. Oop. There we go. Let's get another shuffly shuffle. Not too much of one, because I have a feeling I'm going to go right back in there. So real quick, we are going to put that over in our discard pile, a little bit off screen. We will summon our Cyber Dragon Core. So what is Cyber Dragon Core going to do for us? It's now considered to be Cyber Dragon. When it was normal summoned, we get to add 1 Cyber Spell Trap from deck to hand. So, Cyber does include Cyberdark, because it's there in the name, my friends. So, if you wanted to, you could have went for Invasion. We've already got a copy Invasion. That's fine. Horizon, Realm. Don't want to place another Cyber Emergency, because you can only get one of those per turn. And Inferno. So, those are going to be our 3 options. Of these, which one is going to give us the most effect right now? Probably going to be the Cybernetic Horizon. So let's go ahead and add that to our hand. Give it a light shuffle again. Looks like I'm about to hit the camera, guys. I'm sorry. I promise. I'm usually not this aggressive. Okay, let's see what this is going to do for us. Send 2 Dragon and Machine Cybers, different attributes, to the graveyard. 1 from hand and deck. That's great, because I got a Cyber Dragon in my hand I don't know what to do with. So we'll be able to send 1 Cyberdark card to the discard pile. And if you do send add 1 machine or dragon cyber monster from deck to hand. And if you send 1 machine cyber fusion monster from extra deck to the discard pile. So again, we can set up. We can just go ahead and do the Cyber Dragon for the Cybernetic Horizon. And we need to choose 1 dark card to throw as well. Really doesn't matter, because we're not really able to do much right now. So the Cyberdark that you're going to throw doesn't really matter. Let's read Chimera again real quick. We can discard a Spell Trap, add a Power Bond from our deck to our hand. We don't need to do that, because we already have it. You can only use those as fusion materials. When you fusion summon this turn, you could also banish. So you'd have to be on the field to count for that. If this is in the graveyard, you could send 1 Cyberdark monster from your deck to the graveyard with a different name than the cards already in your graveyard. So you guys could start building up towards a play. I probably wouldn't throw Chimera quite yet. I'd probably throw something like Cannon so that when we do get to play him, we'll be able to try to go ahead and get some effect to our hand. I'm actually going to choose to add the Chimera to the hand, at which point we're going to have to pitch one card. And the one card I would pitch just preemptively is one of our Cyber Ends. Because again, the whole time I play this deck, I really want to try to get the Cyberdark End. And at the same time, I'm also always trying to get into the Cyber Darkness Dragon. Those are like my two really go-tos. I don't normally end up getting a good hand to where I can do this and just go straight into my Cyber End anyway. But at this point, you're going to Machine Dupe. You're going to summon out your other 2 copies of Cyber Dragon. This time they actually have to be the specific guy. So there's one. Okay, I thought I passed him for a second. So there's 2. I think we're done touching the deck again. So really good shuffle this time. And a cut. So again, we've got our Cyber Dragons. Since we did go second, Power Bond is totally an option for us. We'll be able to cast these guys out, go into a legitimately played Cyber End. Cyber End is actually at 8k due to the Power Bond, and we'll be able to set up 2 traps. So in some instances, like let's just say the opponent didn't have any monsters, of course this is game. If not, this is a very good setup, and we have an 8k monster. This is not until the end of the turn effect. And this really does give you a certain level of threat. If you did go to the next turn, you'd have another Cyberdark Invasion. I'm not sure that you'd want this, except that this would allow you to go into Power Bond, at which point we could summon the Chimera, go into the Power Bond off of the Cyberdark Invasion. And again, really, what we'd be able to do is develop into another Cyber End Dragon at this point. So, kind of cool, kind of unnecessary. But it's still one of those things that you can do. Now, let's try one. And anytime I get a really good opening hand, I always get a really bad hand on the second test draw. So, again, let's give it a little shuffly shuffle. Especially since those are pretty well organized at this point. We were able to play Cyber End, twice in 2 turns, doing it that way. I should probably read the Chimera one more time, just to make sure that that's not me just talking in a circle, and make sure that that was legit. So, you can fusion summon. This fusion materials when you fusion summon this turn. Yeah, so you could have absolutely gone into a second Cyber End. Which could, again, be absolutely what you need for a game. However, of course, if you flop, those attacks do get blocked somehow. That would be the other 4,000 damage you would need to take to lose the game. So, kind of high risk, high reward situation there. But again, casual. So, most of the matches you guys might be facing are going to be just for fun matches. So, that should work out just fine. I can't wait to give you guys the upgraded decks now, since this marks the end of the $30 budget builds. I'm going to start off again. I'm going to start with the Cyber Dragons, then move to the Cyber Dark, and then end with Cyber Dark End. Because, I don't know, it's in his name. Alright, that's enough stalling. I know this hand's not going to be the greatest, so let's just get the cut. And again, we're going to go first this time, so just the 5 cards. So we're going to need a Cyber Emergency, cool. Got a Cyber Dragon, that worries me. Got the Power Bond again. Cyberdark Realm. And Cyberdark Invasion. So, not enough to go into Cyber End. Since we don't have Cyber Twin in this, going into Noster here really doesn't really allow us to develop a 5,600 point double attacker, just because of the way the structure is built. And I really don't think the Realm is going to give us anything, because we're just going to get to add 1 card. So, as I promised, turn 1 seems to flop. So, more of a going second deck. Let's try that one more time. That was way too quick. That was over way too quick. We'll try one more time. And then we'll just talk over some of the base strategies in here, and then I'll let you guys go. I hope that you guys all have a great day. Brightens my day that you guys stopped by to watch this. Really means a lot, guys. Thanks. Yeah, let's cut it. Oh, no, all the cards I wanted. Well, they're going to the bottom of the deck. And just so you know, they're bottom. I'm not some sleight of hand magician. So, all right. We get this instead. Still not super good. Still not super terrible. Just as bad, though, honestly. One thing we'll be able to do is we'll be able to put the Cyberdark Chimera in defense mode at 2100. Again, since it's a casual match, we might be able to get away with it. We do have Cannon's discard effect to work with. We discard this and add a Machine Cyberdark from our deck to the hand, which again could be a good move. So if you did want to do that, we'd go ahead, we'd bounce that. It's going to leave us one shy of being able to power bond into the big boy right now, which would be perfect, honestly. So just pick like one of the original Cyberdarks here. It doesn't matter. We're just going to go with Edge just because he looks amazing and he was right there while I was debating. And so what we can do is we can actually hold on to Chimera now. And instead, we can use the Cyberdark Edge as our normal summon, which will now equip the cannon to itself. Because it's being equipped by the Edge's effect, Edge will go from 1800 to 2400 with the Cyberdark cannon equipped. Now, if the cannon does go to the discard pile, so if they do try to crash him with an attack, yeah, he's going to lose that equip, but we're going to draw a card, which might help us further the strategy along just a little bit. And then next turn, of course, we will be able to discard our other cannon, and per effect, which will allow us to play our Chimera and then go forward with the strategy. So let's just show that off right quick. I don't know why I'm still shuffling. There's a cut. So again, you do this, blah, 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 blah. You'd probably set your impermanence because that's going to be the best spot for it now that you have cards. And then again, you just pass. Let's say it survives. Turn 2, you're going to get a machine dupe. Kind of useless because we don't have the other pieces to that puzzle. But again, we'll be able to do the cannon effect. Now, real quick, cannon. If it is sent, you can only use each of the following. Okay, cool. So we're going to send him. We're going to go ahead and grab any one of the other ones. Keel's the first one I found, so let's grab Keel, summon Keel, equip cannon. So now we've got two monsters of 2400. So we've got two basic monarchs. We've got more than 5 effects. We've already got the power bond given to us. And this is where questions are had. See, we needed to be able to normal summon him, so we won't be able to banish from the graveyard. But since they are cards on the field, we should be able to power bond these 5 from these 4 from the field, this one from the hand. Excuse me. And this will allow us to go into Cyberdarkness. And when this one is sent to the graveyard, we can send a Cyberdark from our deck to the graveyard with a different name. That's going to be fine. We're also going to get to draw 2 cards. So real quick, just off these, the card I would like to play is going to be, since I can't special summon again this turn, we're going to be looking towards another normal summon I want to set up for the next turn. We're going to grab the last one. We're going to grab Horn. If we find Horn, there he is. And we're also going to get to draw 2 cards off the Cyberdark Cannons, which is going to be kind of amazing. So again, I'm going to need a relatively decent shuffle. And again, maybe we can pull into that 1 copy of Noster. Or we can pull into... Nah, we need Noster. Noster's the play. And a cut. Pick up our 2. Core and Claw. Okay. That's our 2 draws. There's our 5 cards to discard pile. Power bond on it. This guy's at 4K. 4K with his effect. If there's special summon, you can equip a dragon or machine from the graveyard to this, gain attack equal to it. So we're going to need to grab one of these guys. Best move is probably actually to grab your cannon to try to get another draw off of it, since the draws aren't once per turn. Plus, we'll be able to send a card from the deck to the graveyard. So we'll be able to set up for the Overload Fusion, should we be able to draw it. Next turn, we will be able to machine dupe into the Cyber End, or at least just a larger field. We do have Horn, so we'll be able to grab back somebody. We also have Claw. Claw might let us do something real quick. If we discard him, we can go into any Cyberdark card. So again, we could grab Realm and actually get an additional normal summon real quick, which would be fine. Let's grab Realm. Let's go ahead and play it out. Let's see what Realm is going to do for us. I think I already showed this deck goes better second. It just likes to have that 6th card, like so many other decks. So, okay, we grab the Cyberdark Realm to the hand. Let's see. When this is activated, we can add a Cyberdark from the deck to the hand with a different name than the cards already in the graveyard. Do we have any cards that are not already in the graveyard? Claw, Cannon, Keel, Edge, Horns in hand. So no, we can't. So we'll push through that first effect. During the main phase, we can immediately, after this resolves, normal summon one Cyberdark from our hand. That is going to be the Horn. Then we can use the, if you equip a monster from the graveyard by the effect of this, it could be from the other graveyard. So, cool, whichever. We'll be able to power him up. And additionally, you might go with Claw this time. Again, with both of our cannons in a discard pile, that's fine. If we draw into another core, however, Claw, we will, in fact, be able to go into the pitching one, or we'll be able to get our trap card. We're just gonna cut that turn right there. We could go into invasion. That's what it was. Or again, you could get the cybernetic horizon at that point, and it would have been another core. So that's kind of a push, but still, we could summon our core and just grab that anyway. So all's fair. It's kind of different. It's kind of fun. Again, some of my favorite plays in this deck are based around the power bond. Again, we've got 5 targets in this deck to power bond for Cyber Dragon. So just real quick, let me find the other 2. So you got 3 cores, 1 Noster and 1 Hers. If we could find Hers. There he was. So we can power bond any one of these. And again, there's 5 copies when you count the additional there. 3 copies of this, which should allow us to be able to go into Cyber Dragon and power bond. I love the fact that this deck actually gave us the Chimera. Chimera is going to allow us to trade out any other spell trap in order to get our power bond. Why is that amazing? A couple of our spell traps are only once per turn. Cyber Emergency for 1. Cybernetic Horizon, I believe, is another one of them. Cyberdark Realm. So there's a lot of cards that you're going to have that are only going to be like once per turn. But if you end up with 2 copies of them, Chimera is going to be able to trade that out, get you that almighty power bond, and help you push the strategy forward. Additionally, if you do get into the Cyberdarkness, the Cyberdark Invasion is actually just amazing. This is going to help you set up additional equips every turn, giving this guy more and more firepower to just go in and just keep taking and being able to negate things, or even just use the trap card secondary effect and spot remove by destroying them. So with these 2 in play at the same time, you actually get more options. And again, when he's doing his negates, they don't have to be equipped to him. So when that Edge had that card or that cannon, the Keel, I'm just terrible with these. I apologize, my friends. But as long as somebody has equipment, he can go ahead and utilize those equipments in order to cause negates. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully this made a little bit of sense instead of me just confusing myself all day with these names. And I promise you, with my mushmouth, I really did try. I tried practicing the names beforehand. I was like, you got to get these names right. You got to get the correct effect to them. I know that you're not used to playing Claw and Cannon. They're casual, but you got to push through. You got to do it for them. Hopefully this was enough to make sense for you guys. That said, unlimited builds, we'll do those next, and we'll get those knocked out, and then hopefully we'll have enough time in October. If not, I'm going to do a couple of those spooky decks in the beginning of November. This structure deck really threw me off the rails. My health was a little weird there for a minute with the sore throat and everything. Made it very hard to be able to sit down and actually record one of these. And I thank you guys for your patience. Really, thank you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video, all right? Later, my friends.